Two raiders plumb the depths of their experience to make sense of a world gone completely insane. Subscribe for the word. Like and leave a comment. Stranger by the Hour.
Welcome back to Stranger by the Hour, everybody. Episode 159, August 8th. Shout out to Kanye, HH.
Yeah.
Episode 159. Yeah, I already said that one, right? So yeah, we're good. We're on the dot.
Dude, you're winding your last remaining hours of, I don't know what to call it, before you go into isolation. You want to say what you're up to?
Yeah, so tomorrow I am kicking off an excursion into the wilderness with a group of people. And so the first 3 days we're together, and there's some stuff going on in the first 3 days. Like tomorrow is frog poison and vomiting to start the day off.
Yep.
Or I guess at the end of the day, because we'll get there like in the afternoon. And then there's some ceremonial stuff over the next 2 days, and then on day 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Basically 4 days of isolation in the woods with 4 gallons of water.
Oh, so the water's rationed as well. I mean, that's enough, I guess.
Yeah, you get a gallon a day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. That's like a vision quest, right?
It's a vision quest.
It's a vision
yeah.
quest. Okay, cool.
I mean, we'll see what I see, but like
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, you come back and you eat some food, but then you go ahead and you take that other drink for that evening.
Okay. This is different than a little bit than what Alyssa did.
No, same thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same, but the same type program.
I didn't know they did a ceremony when she came out.
Yeah, so after you haven't eeten for 4 days, you come back.
That's gonna be good.
Grab some food.
That's gonna be good.
That evening, you take the jungle drink.
I think that's a smart way. And
I might take it on straight up empty stomach. I may not eat before fucking.
Why eat? I mean,
you're already 4 days in.
I think there's definitely something to that stuff interacting with what you got in your gut biome.
Yeah.
I think that it makes like a demon war happen. Which is why they purge it. Like when I went to Peru, it was like, that's why I asked you if they're going to drink the lemongrass tea, because we did that flush where it's like, dude, they're just like, you just keep pounding. They just have this pitcher. They just keep filling up these tumblers and like big, like 40-ounce tumblers.
Yeah.
And they're like, you keep pounding, and they're kind of counting. You keep pounding it until you start vomiting, and then they count how many you vomit. So you think you're done, and they're like, give it a second.
There's more in there. Yeah.
But I mean, then you go into the ceremony that night, hopefully without weird shit on board. But then I get that rounds out like I guess like the 9 day. Honestly, I think the real benefit is the mental fast. So if you're coming out of 4 days, of no stimulus, no input, who knows where your mind, who knows where your head's at then?
Yeah.
But certainly in a healthier place than when you're bombarded with horrifying, like civilization ending. Like on a daily basis, we're confronted with, the violent death of everyone we know, the crumbling of, right. So coming off 4 days of having that cleaned out and then going into that's probably pretty cool.
And the phone goes into a lockbox on day 1.
Yeah, nice.
So you don't get it back till
good.
Everything's done. So yeah, what I'm really looking forward to is the 4 days just fucking by myself.
Yeah.
And that'll be 4 days with no caffeine. So it'll be, I didn't drink any caffeine today. So that'll be a buildup of no caffeine. So essentially when I fall asleep during those 4 days, I'll probably be sleeping better than I've slept in like almost a year.
Yeah.
So that's probably, going to help out.
I'm interested in the mechanics. Like, so on a daily basis, they have to make sure you're okay every day, right? You have a signal site that you like go put a thing that says on the
we got a whistle.
You got a whistle, but I mean, like, that's not a great plan, because like, what if something happened to you that precludes you from activating
whistling?
your whistle? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, one of the things that I'm glad to be doing this for is to just to see the mechanics of it, to see how it works, see how many people it takes, see like to get the whole like behind this scene things, in case we want to do something similar here. Like that exact thing. Is there a guy that comes by and walks? Is that his Is it, like, is there a walker?
Because my brother did this in like New Mexico or something with Native Americans.
Yeah.
And they had it was like they service a signal site. In my mind, I just use the phrase signal site because it's like,
Yes.
right. But on a daily basis, he'd have to walk up to this path and like, I can't remember. It was like, put a rock there, some sort of positive action that said, hey, it communicated to someone that would check the signal.
I'm good.
Dude's okay. As of like 8 o'clock this morning, he's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's on a personal property, and that property's not massive, so it's going to be within.
Yeah, it's not like
area,
it's not like the show alone where they got to come take a boat to come find you.
Yeah, and I was part of the greeting party when Alyssa came up from hers, and they have like like Motorola's.
Okay,
so they're talking to different parts of the camp.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So yeah, that'd be it, man. I would think that. Well, here's the deal. Like, I intensely dislike religion.
Yeah. Okay, let's be specific about like. Okay, when you say that, you're just talking about any kind of organized metaphysics.
Well, anything that has taken the principle of a creator or a divine being or the divine itself, the transcendental, the greater than us, the first mover, the first vibration, and then makes me wear a fucking funny hat, dance at a wall, show up on Sunday, read a fucking book, and I'm bad if I don't do any of this shit. Like all that religion shit. Sorry for everybody that's listening and that's your jam, but like, that's not my jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish you well with it. I'm happy you like it. I love it for you. It ain't for me.
Yeah.
But I do, like, internally, there is that. I do feel like I have a connection to a greater thing. Like when I walk out here in the woods and I shut the fuck up and I'm not, like it doesn't take long for me to be quiet and like hear the voice of God.
Yeah, sure.
It may sound creepy. I'm sorry if he doesn't talk to you, but he talks to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe try a different way than that book you're reading, So I guess what it is like, I'm looking to include spirituality in my life up here. But what I'm like, it has to be like a meaningful thing, and it has to be like, it's maybe I'm trying to put this in a wrong way, man. Like it's a habit with a soul is a ritual.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for soulful habits.
Rituals are important. And this is the problem we all have, because like I'm in the same boat. I have for years now, like I'm like, I want to participate in some sort of, I want to be more serious other than sometimes I take space drugs and I I explore the possibilities of the afterlife or whatever, and I read the Bible and these other texts, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita. I'm trying to, for years I'm like just trying to figure out, and in the whole time I'm like, well, this is definitely not Christianity, because like I don't know what's going on in these churches with the guys swinging around on wires and they're doing Coldplay covers and stuff, but like I don't think that's it. That
cannot be it.
But the problem is like when you talking about like stuff like ritual and stuff, the problem with kind of not participating in anything like that is because you're just like, there's so much out there and it's so unstructured and it's so easy to be led to astray, in this way or that. But the problem is like, it's undeniable that, okay, let's just take Christianity, right? Let's say I become interested. I'm like, fuck, you know what? Contrary to what I believed most of my life, like I no longer can entertain the idea that this is all just a strange accident of chemistry and physics. It seems ridiculous, right? Right? And then like for the first time in my life, you like really think about it, like really like sit there for a couple months, like engaging with it, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I ever believed this shit is so stupid. So you're like, okay, well that's clearly dumb. And then you're like, okay, I whittle it down to where I'm like, well, I'm fairly sure that there's that like paganism's pretty incoherent, because like if I believe that there's like a creator, the first mover, a prime mover, there's not a bunch of prime movers. Right. there's not like prime movers having wars in space, right. And like, okay, so that's not it. So I'm like, okay, monotheism. And then you get to like the Abrahamic religions, and then for various reasons, like you're like, well, not Mormonism, not Islam, and with me, it's like logic. It's like these things I'm just looking for obvious ways in which the thing becomes incoherent. Then you get to like Christianity, but in America, unless you are pointed directly at Catholicism or Orthodoxy. The bulk of what you're engaging with is like Protestantism.
Yeah.
And at first blanch, it's great because these guys tell you. And most of my friends that are Christians or whatever, that I'm thinking back and I'm like, guys that I'm like, oh, I know that guy was Christian, and he seemed like he was having a good experience with it and but these guys, like, their perspective is, you read the book, sola scriptura means the Bible only, and the Bible is like its own resource. Okay, well, how do you know how to interpret what it says? Well, there's you just basically find someone's interpretation you vibe with, and that's it. And oh, by the way, it happens to be like, oh, there's like prosperity gospel, which is convenient, where it's like, hey, being in tight with Jesus, has this ancillary benefit of making you rich, and the richer you are, the more down with Jesus you are. It's great. And you're like, well, that's nuts, right?
Yeah, that seems odd.
And it's like, the Bible interprets itself and all this weird stuff. And you're like, that seems odd. And it seems very convenient. This is real convenient, where you get to go, I get the gospel, right? The whole story of Jesus. And you're like, yeah, basically anyone's interpretation of what that guy was up to. Like, you can ask a Muslim, you can ask any kind of variety of Christian. And they're like, yeah, you know what? You should emulate that guy's behavior. He's like the perfect guy. He doesn't sin. He's not a dick in any way. Like, and if you look at all his, at every turn, there's something to be learned from like how he operated in the world. You're like, okay, that makes sense. Like, you can get with that. You can be like, you know what? If we all acted like this guy, would we have some sort of paradise? Maybe so, right? But then you get this other part of it where they're like, hey, guess what else is cool? He died for your sins.
Yeah.
And once you admit that, once you acknowledge that, you're good.
Oh, word.
That's it. It's over.
I'm gonna go run 10 red lights.
It's over. Because and then this is why you have so many so many Christians that when you observe them, you're like, what is Christianity? Like,
that's what got me out of it in the first place.
Exactly. You're like, what are you doing?
When I was like 7.
Because here's their cover for action. They're like, oh yeah. Guess what? You know what? I know I just cheated on my wife. I know I just robbed the company's slush fund to buy cocaine. I know I did all this wild stuff, but we are fallen. This is a fallen place. We all fall short of the grace of God. I am a sinner. I am very sorry. I endeavor not to do these things again. And thank God, literally, that Jesus already paid my tab.
He's got it, man. You got me, bro.
Dude, that doesn't work for me.
No.
I can't make that. That's not workable in my life, because I need, like, I realize, I've come to the conclusion that all the bad things of my life I'm responsible for. And so it's like, that's what I want. I want accountability. I don't want the opposite of that. I don't want this like loosey goosey. Let's get in an argument about Romans, in the Bible. And it's like, when we have this is why I fell out with some Warsaw dudes that I was in this like kind of Christian little chat group thing with for a while. And I had to bail, because it's literally like dispensationalism. The topic of Israel became a hot topic. And myself and some other dudes that were in there were like, hey, why do you think that the Bible, it came to a conversation where like, hey, you think God wants these children turned into fucking sausage over there? And they're like, oh, and these people, they're like they have a tick. It's like they just respond to like a reasonable question, phrased in conversational English with scripture. And you're like, don't read the scripture back to me, dude, because first of all, that thing was like, conceptualized in Aramaic or Greek, written in this language, translation of that. And then like the books were whittled down over time. And then these different, councils had to meet, and okay. And now you have this one kind of book that you treat as if it's law, but it's not. That's the Jews do that. It's not law. This is a story that you're interpreting. And it's like, okay. So I say all that to say, I agree with you. The one thing I'm stuck on that I'm still like exploring is like, there is a faith tradition, the Orthodox Christian faith tradition, where they have a direct, unbroken line of apostolic succession back to when Jesus supposedly established the church. The church itself predates the canon of the Bible. The church, this is why the Protestants are like, immediately, I'm like, you're nuts. The book did not exist until the church had already existed for hundreds of years. Like, so what's the church without the book? Oh, it's a faith tradition. It's the guys that Jesus snapped in.
It's like oral tradition.
It's oral tradition. It's a practice. This is why the rituals and stuff. And then when you get into orthodoxy, these dudes are they're trippy dudes. Like they're on some like, dude, they do kind of like psychedelic prayer type stuff where like they recite the Jesus prayer while they work, like a mantra. Like they do a lot of stuff the Eastern traditions do.
Yeah.
You know, and they have a form of like, you know, mostly in Christianity, like meditation is seen as like you open yourself to demonic possession and stuff. But like they do a form of it. They just don't call it meditation. They just say the Jesus prayer like over and over and over and over again, like a mantra for like 14 hours while they like make stuff. You know, they're doing that kind of monastic Christianity stuff. So I think that stuff's cool. Like I'm still, and then like I like, you know, I'm careful not to disparage that because I don't find things about it yet that I'm like that are easy for me to like poke at, you know.
Well, here's the trip. The trip is I'll be 100% fine with Christ, with Jesus. I just don't like Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like if Jesus walked in here with some flip-flops. My favorite show ever, one of them is was it Black Jesus?
Oh, dude, I love that.
Dude, like that's probably who Jesus really was. That guy right there, you know, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if he was here, I guarantee I'd be like, hey, dude, I'm sorry about those people I was in on killing. That's my bad. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push for that one, dude. Yeah. But he would look at everything else I'm up to and be like, all right, yeah, man.
All right, that's cool.
Keep on trucking, man.
I want to watch that again.
Yeah. So you know, I contemplate little things, man. I think partially what I'm gonna do is just recognize things about the creation itself, which to me clearly denotes the creator's hand.
Yeah.
And to just to honor those things. Like I'm thinking about just getting up before the sunrise and just watching the fucking sunrise.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a moon, I'm a sun.
Yeah.
Right? Women are moons.
Mm-hmm.
We're sons.
That's right.
We're the sons of our fathers.
That's right.
You know, which is interesting.
Yeah. It's cool.
It takes right to Jordan Maxwell. Like the light of the world is the sun. You know, the sun is the light of anyway. So, you know, just to sort of like just mark the arrival of this thing that basically provides us fucking light. And warmth.
Dude, like this is some of the stuff the New Agers are into, but like you know, they'll tell you like, hey, like greet the sun with gratitude. Like,
yeah,
you can like that thing rises and then we don't die. You know, like when should it stop rising, then in very short order.
And in my mind, there is a force that set that in motion.
Yeah,
to which I owe everything to.
No.
You know?
No. Everything is just held in this exact, precise, an uncountable amount of things have to interact in the exact way that they're interacting, or the whole fucking thing stops working. But that's a happy accident of an explosion sometime in the past trillions of years, dude. It's so absurd, and it's like, man, and you know, I think people go through this when you come to these perspectives about it, and then like my personality is like I want to argue with motherfuckers on the internet about it, right?
Yeah.
And so like for a long time, for like years, I'm kind of like getting into these arguments, and sometimes like it's been good because I'll catch someone on Twitter sometimes, like an atheist that's like smart, and so they have to be smart enough to represent their position and good faith enough to not let it devolve into just say hi to your sky daddy, you fucking pussy, whatever. And so I've had some good like
all the time, sure,
multi-day running gunfights on Twitter where it's like you're engaging, and it's like the process of that like helps you like steel man their position, and like you know, like, and really find the flaw where the flaws are. But at a certain point, dude, when it comes down to what anyone can demonstrate, it's all faith initially, right? Like you're either going to have faith that something created all this. You can say there's very good evidence that this was an intentional act, all this, right? Okay, great. But you can't demonstrate it empirically. And guess what? The fucking science worshiping freak cannot either.
Yeah,
so
they can't do it either.
Yeah, basically. And then you know what these guys do? They create a religion. I think we naturally are inclined towards religion, like, or spiritual, you know, interacting with the transcendental or whatever. So these guys, they just create one out of science. Yeah. It has dogmas, it has priests, it has, you know, mortal sins, right? Like, theirs are completely inverted. Like you saying that women shouldn't murder their babies is a mortal sin in the science. You know, it's all completely inverted. Yeah. but it's still like it's religious no matter what. You know, they have a vernacular specific to their faith, and like these people, this is part of the reason we're in the jam we're in. It's like the predominant religion of our culture is secular humanism. Yeah, secularism. You know, okay, there's no God, and then humanism is this vague notion that we ought to be treating each other well. You know, it's this non-aggression principle. It's completely fucking nonsense. Like, yeah, secular humanism, it has a manifesto, and like I've watched these dorks try to on these debate channels and stuff that I'm into. These are interesting stuff. It's pretty nerdy, but like watching a debate between one of these secular humanists and somebody that knows how to really pull that worldview apart, it's complete nonsense. It's so arbitrary, like what's good, what's bad. It's subjective, you know, like all the way down to the age at which an adult man should be penetrating a female. Like these are things that are in dispute, even in religion, they're in dispute. But like when you try to build a worldview, but this is why like we're sliding into oblivion with our technology. It's because look, they did what they had to do. They completely undermined the systems that would have protected us from what's coming. So the family, primarily atomize the family, split the kids all over the country, malign and disdain the generation that precedes them. Like, look, I'm guilty of it too. Like we shit on the boomers, you know, that's probably purposeful. That's probably something. Yeah, they are fucked. But like this whole boomer meme, that's not good for anybody. You know, like this is a further pulling apart of our dude. We're not living in multi-generational family units, and it's to our dude. We're so foolish. Like why? We have stopped seeing the government for what it is, which is your fucking enemy. Yeah. Whether you work for them or serve them, you can make that choice. But I mean, I don't mean enemy like I'm going to go kill them. I mean, maybe enemy is not the right word, but this is not a,
it's in the language. It's a governor. A governor restricts you. The governor holds you back. Right. The governor stops your race car from going 198 and it governs it down to 55.
Yeah. And people, dude, this is so, like me and you take it for granted because we're so far down the road on this that it's one of our presuppositions for our worldview is that the government, the U.S. government, does not serve the people of the United States. It serves the people that control it mechanistically. There's a level of control above the government. The government is the proxy for these people, this group of people. That's who it serves. Now, can we catch some ancillary benefit from the government? Yes. Is it, dude? And I'm like, I'm so far down it. I'm like, good. Have an evil, corrupt government. Yeah. I want to know how it works, how it functions, where the loopholes are, what I need to participate in, what I need, to avoid or whatever. Fine. This is not, I'm not down here in this fucking realm to like fix that.
I mean, it seems like it would take more time than I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say, like, if a movement sprung up that was about fixing that, then that's a decision I make then, like.
Well, here's what I keep running into is I learned that roughly 80% of people on the planet will not do anything when confronted with existential threat.
Okay. Where'd you get that? Like, so how's it work?
A couple different clear observations.
Okay.
The first time it really dawned on me was in Afghanistan, where I was like, dude, we're in like a two vehicle convoy. And I think I've talked about this before. We're in like a 2-truck convoy, man. And I'm looking around and I'm like, dude, if these we're in Herat. And I'm like, dude, if these fucking people wanted to kill us all, we could probably murk a couple hundred of them with just us in the truck right now, but like, they'll get us, dude. It'll be Blackwater Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing stopping them from killing us.
Or what's that Z movie where the zombies all pile up and try to kill
Brad Pitt? Yeah, they would get us eventually. I mean, they just clog up the gun ports and dump gas on the vehicle, dude. We're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so what it came down to, and then I was in this other gunfight where some little old man was just fucking like chewing on a fucking poppy seed or a poppy stick and just
like
just looking at us like, go ahead, youngster.
Like, at least the hind helicopter's not shooting at my face.
Yeah, you know. And so I was like, yeah, man. And then so we come home and we were doing some work with the police and just like breaching and shit with the LAPD. And so we're down in some shithole ghetto area. And I'm like, wouldn't it be easy if these fucking people just killed the local criminals? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's selling dope on your phone? Like, hey, Pookie's out there selling dope and he's a fucking problem for the community.
Yeah.
You know, why don't 10 or 12 of us get together and kill his fucking ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, and problem solved.
Yeah.
Nobody rats on anybody, you know, like when the cops come, we're like, I don't know, man, Pookie's dead.
Yeah.
Pookie's bad, you know? And so like you keep going and then we fast forward all the way to fucking COVID, man.
Yeah.
Where I don't know what the real numbers are, but it seems like a lot of people rolled their fucking sleeves up and marched right into the fucking.
I think the real numbers are north of 80, dude.
So
from direct observation,
fucking weirdos like the two of us, basically, like three of us.
We were some of the only people that I know that didn't fucking go.
My wife's fucking family,
my family,
not mine. They somehow figured it out, but yeah, man. So I think it breaks out that 80% of people are fucking cattle.
Yeah.
I mean, Loki says it in one of the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Like he's like, look, like. I forgot what Avenger movie that is, but Loki is standing in front of a bunch of fucking people that are on their knees, like in France or some shit. And he's like, look, this is your natural state. You want to be ruled. And like some Holocaust survivor, of course, fucking stands up. Right.
There's never not going to be those, by the way.
Right.
It's going to be 2090.
Yeah. And here's one, right? But I mean, but those numbers pan out. And then Captain America shows up and fucking saves everybody, right? But those numbers pan out, right? Like all these people are on their fucking knees. One dude stands up. What if all of them stood up, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, what that gets me to is that whatever is predetermined for the people of this country by the fucking owners you were talking about earlier is going to happen.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say. I mean, we were just talking about this fucking dude on the phone, right? Like there's nothing I can say to change these people's minds.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do to fucking blunt what's about to happen to them.
Yep.
I kind of feel like they deserve it.
And again, it's hard not to say this stuff without sounding like a real fucking dickhead. But it's like, hey, you know, I mean, like the guy that you were just showing me the text, you know, a guy that shared our viewpoint to a point, you know, like we were simpatico on COVID and you know, he's a conspiracy guy like us, basically, right?
Well, they're not like us.
No. But you know, he's currently he can't see Trump for what he is.
Yeah, so to catch everybody up, I was on a chat where some dude thought the fucking slopey roof fucking waterhead Trump shooting was not staged.
Yeah.
That's legit. It went down like it went down.
Right. Even though like that footage we were showing a couple weeks ago where they like moved his aide like moves the camera people in there and shit.
Yeah, and the flag is fucking lowering and shit.
But you know, the guy has a bigger problem there, or anybody that's invested in it in that way is like, you're even telling him, you're like, believe what you want, but like you're not invested in being right or wrong on that. It's so beneath what's important that you're like, okay, it's real, it's fake, fucking, it's not real, but like,
it's not,
but he needs it. He needs for it to be real. Now, why is that? Because he's invested in it. Okay, so and when you're invested in something like that, something political like that, you're making a very dangerous decision. And at this point, in my opinion, up until recently, this is a low risk. You can go vote. You can have an opinion. You can argue. You can fuck up Thanksgiving by calling your fucking aunt a dumb lib. You can do all that, right? And it's pretty low risk, except for like you might piss people off. Or for a while there, like if you were pro-Trump, remember they were firing people from their jobs for being like, I kind of like him. They're like, get the fuck out of here, right? So you can do all that, but going forward, like to believe that a regime that features, you know, people like Peter Thiel of Palantir and JD Vance, whatever his name is lately. He's changed his name twice so far. Did you know that?
No, JD Vance?
Yeah.
Dude, that's Michael Aquino's kid. I'll put money on it.
It could be. He looks like him. But
go ahead. I'm going to pull Michael Aquino. But
so if you're kind of making choices about your future based on an opinion you have, like a positive opinion you have towards this administration or another, you're missing the boat. Like all this is happening. You're now putting yourself in this little fucking puppet show that they stage. You know what I mean? And it's like, you don't need to do that. Yeah. Are you sharing?
No, not yet. But yet interfacing with the beast is going to start to, I mean, it already costs. I mean, like past COVID, it fucking costs to interact with the beast, man. Like it's, so I guess what I'm going to do is just do what I was going to do anyway, which is, you know, all this, trying to farm my way out of it.
Yeah.
And just try to show people like, hey, look, this is a way that you could change the fucking system. I swear that's fucking JD Vance's dad. Are we sharing that?
Yeah.
You know, these fucking weirdo occultists are all like in like covens and shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
what's up, Airborne?
I wish there was a better, like, can we get like a better front facing picture of this guy? So if you're just listening, man, just go check out Michael Aquino. That's Aquino. And, he is a active duty. Well, he's fucking dead now, right? He's an active duty Luciferian.
Yeah, Temple of Set, satanic maniac, and then basically was
in the army
psyop.
Yeah, and he helped write
propagandist
the
for army. It's crazy.
The psyop.
He like wrote the pub, dude.
Yeah,
of course. But like this shit, okay.
I can't prove that at all. That's pure speculation.
But this shit, getting in a, you know, and it's I'm on Facebook to keep in touch with people and stuff, you know, whatever. Now I'm like justifying why I have Facebook, but as of late, my father has been fucking chirping about politics, right? So radio silence from him for a long time. Now he voted for Trump the first time around, and then got really mad. He totally bought it, dude. They got him, dude. He like me even broaching the subject of like the government being fake. Like he can't, dude. He cannot like. He can't even entertain it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to make him uncomfortable and shit. And at a certain point, like it's almost mean, you know? And I'm like, then go on with your illusions. You know, I don't want to,
man.
But you know, so something's gotten to him lately. And he's chirping about politics. And it's like, what's gotten to him is them going after the Obama administration for the Russiagate hoax and shit. So something's got him all spun up about that. And it's like, I see it. I don't interact. I don't say anything, but it's like, it makes me sad. Cause I'm like, dude, okay, so it's like this. You already know this, but for everyone else's benefit, right? So it's like it's like a buffet. Like life's like a buffet, right? You're like at a big buffet, like at the fucking
Bellagio.
Yeah, at the Bellagio,
yeah.
Right? Everything's there. Everything. Fucking everything to eat is at this thing, right? And some of it you like, and some of it is not to your taste. Okay, but you don't scream in righteous indignation about the things that are not in your taste. You know, you don't go, I fucking hate potato salad. Why is there potato salad? Fuck this potato salad. No, you just get, you know, you just participate in what you want to participate in. Right. So when we get sucked into like a disagreement, you know, about whether or not the Obama administration did something illegal with Russiagate, and we start to, you know, exchange barbs about it, whatever, this is vitriol and enmity, and this is an energy that gets harvested. So the signal has been put out that gets you to produce this stuff. That stuff is harvested and transmuted into money, power. It's one thing. It's just the energy changes form. It's possessed then by the people that are harvesting it from you, and then it's used, you know, to create the prison that's around you, right? So,
yeah,
dude, and people hear that, and I think that the first step to reject that is so you hear someone say something like that, and you go, dude, no, this is being done to you for a specific purpose. And the other thing it puts you in, instead of like a rational, calm decision-making space, you know, you're now in in some sort of combative, like a fight mode. You know, these things are, you know, they're going to destroy our country. The fucking guy, he's not even an American citizen. He's Barry Obama. He's a fucking Muslim spy. He took over the government. Holy fuck. You know, it just puts you in this like, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way of like short circuiting your rational decision-making shit. They don't want you rational. They want you confused, angry. They want you arguing with people on Facebook about whether it's true or not, you know? And so this is the guy, like, you know, I don't think that the fucking Trump ear thing is real. I think it was completely fucking staged.
Ditto.
But it also I don't care, because I think the whole thing is a put on.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we talk about being offended if you ever accuse us of voting. I'd be offended if you accused me of thinking the government was real.
Yeah. I mean, so it's real in that it exists. And, honestly, I think most of the people engaged in whatever function they're doing for the government are doing it earnestly. And they're, and actually even most of the people, dude, like most of the people that I've interacted with that are government people are perfectly fine, decent people. I'm sure I've encountered a reptile or two or whatever, but who knows, right?
And that's where they try to get you with, is that right there. It's like, oh, well, you mean my fucking aunt that works at the I don't even know, Department of State is fucking evil?
No.
I'm like, oh, but your aunt's worthless. What I'm telling people who aren't hearing what I'm fucking saying is, I'm like, everybody who's a good functionary in the fucking in the military, the government, whatever, is at a level that is useless.
Maybe.
Like,
but that in order for that to be definitely true, you'd have to know more about what's going on overall. So like these people we call NPCs, or like people you can't convince to get their head out of their ass or whatever, dude, maybe that's part of the scenery. You know what I mean? Like, for all you know, right? I mean, we go get completely solipsistic and be like, for all you know, this whole thing's a simulator for you. Every single thing in it, and then I, and I have one, and everyone I don't know, but like, I'm just saying, you're obviously you're obligated to, like, repeat all calls from post more distance to the guardhouse on your own. Like, hey, dude, I got the word. This motherfucker's sinking. Act accordingly, right? Got to do that.
That's the show right now.
Yeah. Got to do that. But at the same time, dude, like, I've come to the point where I'm like, it's pretty. Most of my interactions are like arguing with people on Twitter, and a lot of that, they're robots. They're not even human beings. They're like a phone plugged into something in Pakistan, right? But you can figure out pretty quick. And this will get into the next topic about like discerning reality. Like, okay, I come to the point they could say like dead internet theory, where like half the shit you interact with is just a bot, and so it's like, how much of my time am I like wasting arguing with robots on Twitter that aren't even conscious life forms? And then it's like, good, because that'll sharpen your discernment. So now, like, I can tell pretty quick. Maybe I can tell pretty quick. I'm either dealing with an AI that's convincing me, but usually, you can have an exchange with somebody, but if it doesn't get traction, or it's not interesting or bear fruit, then I'm off the X immediately. I'm just fucking,
Well, what I mean by those people being useless is they have no access to the lever of power.
Oh yeah, that's all of us.
Yeah. So and that's why I'm like,
I got you. They're useless in their
they're useless functionaries. Like, they're carrying out the design of the people above the levers of power that they fucking design, right? And now, if we sat down with pen and paper, and this is why this whole thing's fucking dumb, because we could actually sit down with pen and paper and we could figure out, like, okay, this guy's a connecting file to the fucking predator class.
Yeah.
Like, we could at least find like where that interface, I don't know, call it the Bilderberg group. That'd be a good place to start. You could, is somebody talking to somebody named Prince something? Of fucking Monaco, or like Princess Beatrice of dude,
who looks like a man or whatever. Like,
and she happens to own fucking half of Italy because she's an Orsini.
And then like the Wikipedia is like early life something Habsburg. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly, right. So House of Orange.
Yeah,
like we could find them, but nobody's doing that.
Right.
They're just like, oh, we should vote harder. I'm like,
well, dude, get your average democracy defender and just ask very basic questions, right? Like, point blank, do you think it's the case that the populace of the United States has access to the levers of power or some sort of determinate authority in any way? Like, and then if they say yes, you go, does the government of the United States require the authorization of its citizenry to go to war? No, it does not.
No,
like it used to until the Patriot Act, and now they just do whatever the fuck they want.
When's the last time they declared war on anything? They just fucking
they just do whatever. They just do it. They don't call it war. Yeah. So okay. So there's that, and then it's like, dude, and then if you get past that, you go, well, what's lobbying? What is it? What lobbying is
fucking bribery.
It's absolutely foolish. So even if the voting gets counted or whatever, and all you've done is they've just put two characters in front of you, and in either case, the beast system wins. Like, this is a fucking silly trick, right? You're gonna select between one or the other of these two guys. Now, it goes back and forth like this ping pong match. So when the left guy gets in, the right gets to fundraise and becomes powerful. They get more seats and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then the left guy, the right guy gets in and the left gets to fundraise, and it goes back and forth like this. And the things that never change are endless commitments to nonsense wars, central banking, the things that are the things that matter to the elite ruling class, the liberal, fucking whatever they call it, rules-based international order. They're happy to let us tear each other apart on the social issues. Like, yeah, let's roll back Roe versus Wade, which didn't like do anything really. It's just and then look at dude, predictably, like, man, of course we're the goyim, dude. Like, we act like dependent slaves, and when we don't, and when there's any kind of turmoil or anything, instead of just doing for ourselves, like, we have everything, we possess all the an actual physical reality, we possess all of the mechanisms that create everything and run everything and turn every fucking screw. Everything is in the hands of the people, actually, okay, to include the military. Like, dude, there aren't pedophile reptiles in every fucking tank hatch, you know what I mean? These are just people from the country, right? So all this shit is just but we don't do it, like,
that goes back to that 80% thing.
Yeah. Well, they don't see, like, people. They've done such a good job of just putting everybody in this binary, and even non-political people have like a non-political person is someone who won't say out loud what their politics are.
Dude, so on to like the discernment of truth. I think one of the easiest ways to discern truth is the truth doesn't require any maintenance, no maintenance. The truth will be true tomorrow. The truth will be true after that. It was true yesterday.
The truth doesn't require a Spielberg movie about it every 4 years.
Doesn't require a Spielberg movie about it. Like, there's no gasoline required to keep the fucking truth moving.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that. So anytime I find something, say like where the fuck was that attempted staged assassination at? Or the fucking...
The one at the golf course? Or the one in Georgia?
The slopey roof. No, that was like Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania or some shit. Butthole, dude, the fucking Buttholeville, Pennsylvania, fucking
Butler, Pennsylvania.
That's what I knew. It was close to the butthole. Like the fact that he was laying on the fucking roof, bro. Like,
it's so stupid, dude.
The truth requires no fucking gasoline. Like, in order for you to believe, for me to believe that motherfucker got up on that roof, as part of like this thing that is this staged the non-staged, the story. This fucking waterhead had to have like Metal Gear Solided his way past.
Yeah, dude.
We've been to places where there's security. We've been in charge of security shit. I was security forces, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're a sniper. There's not a chance in hell that fucking roof was not left open. That's the truth.
It's because too silly, dude.
It requires nothing.
This is this is the United States Secret Service. And what we're told to believe is that there was a elevated shooting position that had a direct line of sight to the president of the United States, and they not only did they not cover it by occupation
from like 150 yards.
Within it's not like he's with a Shy-Tech 408 fucking a mile and a half away, right?
Thank God.
And they're like, holy fuck, dude, we didn't look at the water tower 6 clicks away. No, this shit's like you could throw a baseball from where that motherfucker was, you know what I mean? And so like the US Secret Service left that, come on, it's too fucking absurd. And they go, it was the Biden administration's incompetent or complicit Secret Service, and it's like, okay, here we go, dude.
So let's find out if that truth needs any gasoline, man. Like, okay, awesome. So now El Trumpito comes in, right? Fucking bull in the china shop. How many of those people got arrested? Dude, somebody tried to kill your monkey ass. I know what happens when people try to kill me and you.
Dude,
we fucking smoke them, bro.
Dude, this is what they expect. They fucking want to have their cake and eat it too. So Trump's the mad king, right? He's a fascist, authoritarian lunatic.
Yeah.
Someone tries to shoot him, and then again at the golf course,
right?
And nothing was, dude. The leadership of the Secret Service should have been strung up by their fucking testicles.
Yeah,
or something, dude. You know what I mean? Dude, I would have done. I would have gone crazy.
They'd at least have been fired.
Yes,
at the very least.
But I think they like isolated that one chick that was the head of the Secret Service and fired her. I think So they did like one kind of ceremonial fucking, you know, she fell on her sword or whatever thing, dude. And then guess what?
I'd have to, yeah. Who the
and then here's the other thing: 1 million unanswered questions about the Butler PA thing, right? Still unresolved to this point. Right. So all these things remain open questions to demoralize you, to get you to spin around rabbit holes, so people can make 500 YouTube videos about Butler, Pennsylvania. They're going to go on BitChute because, okay. So and then
dude, they can spurg about minute of angle.
And guess what, dude? You should have been out of it from the word jump. You know what I mean? As soon as he fucking stepped up and started bumping his fish, he's been like, all right. Dude,
as soon as looking at that fucking roof, dude, there was the apex of the roof, you know, the ridge line, and it was a pretty big building. So that fucking nerd would have had to like low crawl, dude, like 30, 40 feet. It was a big fucking roof, dude.
It's too crazy.
Like, under the nose, in broad daylight, on a light colored roof, in dark colored clothing.
Yeah.
They let his ass wiggle his ass up into a fucking shooting position, bro.
But you know what? What's just these guys, either it's just this way because of some metaphysical rules I don't understand, or these guys have gotten this to the point where they're this good at it. But like what we're talking about, these unresolved in things that defy logic and physics, and it's just like make the story weird.
Yeah.
That breaks the brain of it, makes somebody make a choice. Like they're inclined to support Trump because they think he supports their values and he's on their side and they believe in him. Right.
Yeah.
But they encounter, you know, the facts of this case, and it makes them either consciously or probably mostly subconsciously choose something completely incoherent and wrong and stupid. It's brain breaking. We talk like brain breaking was like a big part of the COVID thing too. It's like, the facts during COVID, you know, when you encounter the actual facts, you're like, this is stupid. Like nobody's endangered this thing. Look at the percentages here. Even if, you know, taking their own facts, their own numbers, and you go, look, this is quite obviously stupid.
Yeah.
But it's brain breaking. It's to go, no, do it anyway.
Right.
Do it anyway. Believe it anyway. I know that looks dumb. I know his ear didn't have even a fucking scratch. I know a bunch of fucking deranged baby boomers started wearing napkins on the fucking ear. You know what I mean? Like, but don't worry about that. Just, hey man,
he's on a podcast like 3 days later and it's fine. He must be like Wolverine.
Yeah. Come on. And like you said, a million things afterward. You didn't completely revamp the Secret Service.
Right.
That's your job, is to fucking make shit like that not happen. And it's like, the guy got on a roof a stone's throw away. Fuck you guys, dude. I should throw all those guys in prison until I investigate. I would have.
Yeah.
I said everybody that was on this detail, that scheduled this detail, that signed out a fucking rifle to this guy and a program to radio for that guy. You're all going to fucking Leavenworth till we sort this out,
dude. That entire fucking system is designed to stop murder. Yeah. Right. The Secret Service.
Yeah.
Their entire job is to prevent a murder from happening.
Yeah.
Right. They fucking failed, right?
Yeah.
So somebody got murdered there.
Yeah, fireman guy.
Yeah, homeboy in the beating zone caught rounds, right? So to me, that means it's like, well, if you didn't fucking fail to stop a murder, that kind of makes you an accomplice to murder. Because if you let this motherfucker crawl up there and which let it happen, make it happen, lie hop, fucking my hop, you know, like and that dude died. Then you are responsible for, so I'm with you. Lock these motherfuckers up, bro. Yeah. Lock them all up. I want to know who the fuck their brothers are, their sisters are, their cousins, their fucking aunts, uncles. I want to bring in the fucking, dude.
But the beast is not going to hold itself accountable.
And that's why I was telling that guy on the text, I'm like, I don't give a fuck, bro. If I find one lie, if I can find one fucking moon rock that was actually petrified wood.
Yeah.
If I can find one.
Yeah, I'm not doing this equivocating about they told less lies than the other side.
Right, because so now we're just trying to figure out who the fuck the liar is. I'm trying to find a particular clip, man. So not to make dead air, man, but yeah, so if I find a single fucking lie, dude, everything else is suspect.
Yeah, of course. Dude, and all these guys do is lie.
I just like fucking movie references.
But the Trump shooting, unless you were sitting in those stands, was something that everybody experienced on their phone, you know? All right, which one?
I'm going to find it real quick. Wait.
But the point is,
particular. Go ahead.
The point is,
you're good.
Going forward, like the AI technology is already to the point, but it will definitely be to the point within the next 6-8 months, a year, whatever, where you will not be able to tell, no matter how much discernment you have or how good you think you are about spotting fake videos. They're going to just be showing you endless streams of things that may or may not actually be real in actual reality. And you'll be, defenseless against that.
I'm probably not gonna be able to find this exact clip, man. Anywhere, there's a scene in Beverly Hills Cop when he goes into like the customs office or the like a warehouse to they're shipping drugs, right? Anyway, he's pretending to be a customs agent.
Yeah.
And some dude's like, do you have a warrant or something like that? And he like snaps on him. He's like, motherfucker, is that your Porsche parked outside? Like, I'll go get the IRS and have them crop your ass with a microscope. So
yeah.
I would do that to every single person on that fucking detail.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, like, everything, all their fucking ad tech data, dude. Like, they would be like,
yeah, but
that's how you know it's fake.
Here's why you're never going to hear shit about anything. This is the part of the new crew of heroes that's going to save America, right? So,
oh god.
And then we got to get into that real quick. Watch this shit. This fucking guy.
Are we sharing?
Are we?
I don't think we're sharing
anything
right now.
Sorry. So this is Dan Bongino, who I have no fucking patience
who
for.
Apparently was chatting with Karen. So Karen said that he was in the Secret Service and he was part of George Bush. He might have been George Bush Jr. and Barry's fucking personal detail.
Yeah, I knew he was a Secret Service. Okay, so this is a guy who's, part of the new crew guys that's going to give us justice for Epstein and everything else, right? Come on, you cocksucker.
Might have to give that some volume.
Oh, yeah. Play it real quick.
Oh, hold up.
Go ahead.
Ready, fire.
What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my
better be Israel. Oh.
Defense of Israel.
What is number
one? Right,
dude. She asked him a question. What's a cause that's dear to your heart? The first thing out of his mouth is he's got like a tick, dude. It's like an allergic reaction.
What cause is dear to your heart?
It's crazy. So manage your expectations about this guy. But back to the video thing, right? Again, I don't know if this is like this is within their skill set to do something like this or just worked out this way. But remember when the AI videos first started coming out and they were like real weird looking? Like there was that one or like Obama eating spaghetti or something weird like that. And it was like off-putting. And it was instantly, you're like, that's odd.
Yeah.
And then they got a little bit better. But if you looked really close, you could see that there was like too many fingers or whatever. I think the technology, they have it years ahead of when they release it. And I think that was part of the conditioning. That was part of making people believe that they could discern true from fake with AI. Like, it's never going to be, I'm always going to be able to tell.
Yeah.
I can tell that's not, no, you can't tell. Not anymore. Like, that's done. So what is it? What are the implications of that? Like, if you've built not me and you, but if you're a person who they, get all their information from their phone or the screens in their hand, and then they they collaborate that with other people to get it from the same sources, and then they discuss it, and everybody's interacting going forward with something that you can't discern to be real or not. The other part that's going to happen, and I heard Brett Weinstein talking about this, and I actually agreed with him. What's going to happen is this stuff's going to be so compelling, and I think it's already happening. It's just going to get way more pervasive and inescapable if you're participating. But like, they're going to be able to create and control entirely separate realities. So, and it already is this way if you think about it, right? Reality is fundamentally different for somebody who believes all the Ukraine stuff as it's presented and somebody who doesn't. Like, you think about what's going on in Europe differently. Like, it colors everything related to the subject. If you believe that we had the technology in the 1960s and 70s to put human beings on the moon, then that's a totally different reality than me and you, who like know that didn't happen. And so then now we think about technology differently.
Yeah.
Like, we live in a different world than somebody that's a science worshiper. So that's going to become more. So there's going to be entirely different there. And it already is, because you've got like, you know, you see it with these online communities. You got like Nick Fuentes, and then he has these like Groyper people, which are these like young right-wing incel. So like like an incel, like that's now a real thing. So like in my reality, we're just talking about like a dude who's having trouble getting laid. Okay. But they've created an entire reality around that. And they like, it's like like Nick Fuentes says he is one. I think he's just a gay guy, but like he describes himself as an incel, involuntarily celibate, can't get pussy. Like the girls don't like us because we're, and it's like, no, that's someone created that. Yeah, that was born on the internet, dude.
Yeah, that never existed for you
That's
youngsters out there. That never existed before.
So, and it's going to be things like that, and these guys, these tech oligarchs, to have control over something like that, you know, and it's no big deal. Like it's a choice. So if everyone shared our perspective on it, it wouldn't work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that to me. Like I'm not going into that. I'm not investing in any of this stuff. Did you try to do that? Like, but you could see it like if you pay attention to all the different little mini zeitgeists on the internet, there's a million of them, you know, and they all have their own kind of rules and their own perspective about the world and whatever. And so you want to talk about fractured, like you're fracturing everybody from their, you know, atomized, separated from your family, you know, destroy, undermine, destroy, subvert the churches, corrupt and poison all the academic institutions, you know, take over the medical system, right? So they're getting control of all these systems. And then the media environment, you know, up until the internet, you know, there was like 6 channels. Everybody shared a more centralized view. Now it's completely.
Yeah.
So what do? You have to make your primary reality come from the physical.
Yeah.
People that you know in person, things you actually do, interact with, you know, dude, you're going to have to do things for yourself, like understand your own supply chain. You know what I mean? And have that supply chain be people that you can interact with in the physical, that you can like share a relationship where it's like you do something for them, they do something for you, like you have a mutual benefit, you know. Like people are not going to do it though. They are going to hold on to the synthetic system as it like wraps itself completely around them, and then they're going to complain about the parts of it they don't like. No, dude,
the whole thing is bad.
The whole thing's bad, and I think people are ignoring the signs along the way. Like dude, in some of it, it seems like a lot, but it's like honestly, the first and most important step is detaching yourself emotionally and mentally from their system. Yeah. Like even if you're physically attached, you're like, fuck, I can't do anything about this right now. I live in an apartment. I work at fucking Dollar General. Like, okay, but all right, but at least identify, at least like understand the circumstances you're in.
Yeah, because if you don't understand it, how the fuck can you even get out of it?
You can't orient towards, dude. And then honestly,
and that's part of that entire mechanism that you discussed, where everything is like you choose your own adventure reality shit. Like if you don't even know what base reality is, how the fuck can you operate?
You can't, dude. It's going to be shifting sands, dude. And man, but also things are just getting more complicated. But the same thing is true no matter, you know, 200 years ago and 50 years from now in the future. It's like there's a optimal set of behaviors that you can engage in. There's a narrow path. Yeah. It's different for everybody, right? So, but there is a narrow path, like, and you figuring out like what these takes you your whole life. You're figuring out where the fucking guidelines of this thing are, you know, and you're that's the goal though. You're trying to get on that narrow path. And there's things you ought to be doing. Like you ought to be, you know, taking your gifts and using them. And it goes like people find out, oh, you know, I use my God-given gifts, and then magically like people compensate me for it or whatever. It works itself out. Right. But that's what you ought to be. That's what you ought to be doing, whether they're trying to trans your neighbor's kid, whether they're trying to start a nonsense war in fucking Syria, right? Whatever they're doing, whether or not the president shit his pants when he talked to the Pope, that's all. Doesn't have anything to do with your narrow path. Or maybe it does. Maybe your narrow path includes something like journalism And so, you know, you're in that respect, you're like called to do that. That's, you know, you may have to interact with this thing as part of your path.
Yeah.
Fine. But know that this is a whole thing that's going on that's like trying to just drag you in and keep you. And it's a choice. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Which is the good news.
Yeah.
And you get to feel like a fucking smarty pants and superior to everybody. That's what dude, I'm trying to be better at it because I'm trying to like fix in the course of my life unraveling. I'm like, dude, I am fucking kind of a fucking cocksucker, dude. Like I'm a lot to deal with, dude. Like,
well,
I'm just not, dude, like the shit normal people, like I can't do small talk anymore.
Yeah.
I like can't. I used to be able to just kind of like do it like as a game. I can't. It's like hard for me to play that game. Remember, I used to be like, oh, I go to work. It's like a game.
Yeah, you were way
like,
better than I was.
Dude, I'm
man.
not. I can't do it anymore.
Well, that's good to know. It makes me feel better about myself. But I was talking to the wife about this, man. Like, here's my problem with it is we live in the information age. Every piece of information is available for you to look at, and then you can use your discernment to figure out what's true or not. But I mean, none of it really points to the way things functioning being correct. If you really start to dig at it, and perhaps I put that the wrong way, but I guess what it is like two things for people that either know or don't know. So like either way, if they're not willing to go through like the dark night of the soul of fucking looking at this shit,
yeah,
I don't have any respect for them.
Yeah.
Like zero. Like it will get to a certain point and then we'll be talking. I'll realize like, hey man, like, they fucking poisoned everybody a couple years ago. And
what are you talking about?
And they just can't onboard that. I'm like,
no, they can't, dude.
Okay. Because I understand why people don't want to onboard it, man, is because it's fucking, it's horrible, man. And
it's quite shocking when especially in the beginning.
It's, yeah. I mean, I kind of joke about it all now because people have been trying to kill us our whole fucking adult lives.
Bro, and it's fine.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's all good. But that's the other dissonance inside me is like, part of me is like, man, should I be able to move through this system more smoothly? Or what the fuck does that say? Why the fuck would I even be trying to do that?
Well, the choice for someone like me and you is like, should we try to selfishly, because we have eyes to see and we can kind of see what's going on, or there are things we can do to manipulate it. And that's like my inclination because I've been reading too much Ernst Jünger and this anarch shit. But the other thing is like, no, maybe what I ought to be doing, even if it kills me or costs me everything.
Yeah.
Maybe what honor requires is for me to fucking do something about it.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I mean,
beyond farming, do something positive about it. Like I'm saying that's a choice too. It's a dude, because they're a little bit. Sometimes I'm like, if I didn't have like other,
yeah,
I could. My head goes to some places where I'm like, I would love to go do some violent shit.
I wish that was a way that would work.
You're just gonna martyr yourself.
Well, here's the thing: like nobody wants to jump first.
Yeah.
Right. And that kind of where I'm at with these rich people, like this, like fucking the old Andy Frisella, man. It was, I'm basically kind of over. I'm like, hey, dude, like you're asking fucking like what? People with 9-to-5 jobs, like people who are working paycheck to paycheck, to what? Fucking like get all their shit together, start fucking $1 million like companies over the next 20 years, which ain't gonna happen. Fucking post COVID, like
yeah.
And hey, here's where I'm at. All you fucking like mid-level millionaires, if you got 100 million, guess what? You're meat for the beast for people with $1 billion. You ain't on their side.
I don't think you can get 100 mil without being compromised to.
You got to you got to have some sort of greasy ability to fucking like.
Yeah, that's a different game.
But kind of what I'm getting at is if there were to be some sort of like, because it is essentially the mythos of this country that when tyrants arise, they're to be gotten rid of.
That's our whole thing.
That's our whole thing. Is why the fuck is that on me and you, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, people with no resources.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like, hey, if you got $100 million in the bank, get after it, bro.
Raise an army. Let's get it, dude.
Yeah. Hey, start fucking hiring generals.
100 mil, dude. You could do anything with 100 mil.
Dude,
because the amount of violence required is people imagine, look at when coups happen. It's like
if you got 100 mil, you need to fucking start acting in the open, right? Like you can't sneak around, bro. The NSA already got your shit. There is no fucking sneaking.
And this is the Muppets think that like that's what Elon is. They think like the right, like there's a certain section.
Kill yourself if you think that.
Well, they do because dude, like the like the new right, you know, there's a lot of them are raging homosexuals. This is like the new right. These are secular right wingers who are like inclined to think all the technocrat stuff's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, and this is like Curtis Yarvin bullshit, where it's like their perspective is fuck democracy, which I'm with them on that. But they're like, look how a corporation's run. You know, you have a fucking CEO and a board, you know what I mean? And they make the decisions and everybody else gets in line or they get down the fucking road. And that's why it works. You know, they would just, you know, super max out all the capitalist shit for a minute until they flip it and create a tech dystopia that we're all slaves in. But I mean, this is why the politics shit is, this is where like physical solutions, like reducing your dependency, growing all that kind of shit. Right. But as far as like the political stuff goes, I don't think there's any hope for it. I think the only thing that, dude, because I just don't believe in our system, like the democratic system. And it's like such a, do people get, that's a thing, bro. You want to talk about, dude, this is like being a Catholic or something and standing up in church and being like, I don't think he rose from the dead. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't, this whole, that's the biggest spell they cast too. It's like, it's your country. Yeah. Nah. Like,
nah.
Like
you're in the stands.
I rent space here. I pay to live here.
Yeah.
Which up until, you know, the last 20 years, U.S. citizenship was a pretty special thing, actually. You know what I mean? Compared to like what rights are fake. It's all just force, but just using the conventional, you know, description of rights, right? What a U.S. citizen, like what it meant to be a U.S. citizen was a pretty special thing, you know, until it was a, you know, a blip in the eye in human civilization. Like they gave us from like, whenever they did like universal suffrage, you gave the women the right to vote or whatever, till like the Patriot Act, you know, like, hey, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That is probably about the window. Yeah.
But like it doesn't work because they like these people aren't fools. They know that like democracy can't actually work. They know like how fucking stupid everybody is and how and it's not just that they're stupid, they're willfully led astray. They're propagandized to the point where they don't know which way is up.
In order for democracy to work, the populace would have to be highly intelligent, which does not lend itself to crypto oligarchs.
No.
Right. So you can't have this.
Plus, why would you, from the perspective of these people who this is their religion, right? Why would we be doing this dick dance about everybody voting when we have a collective conscience? We have a thing that collectivizes everybody's opinion and gives us the best answer. Like we have it. Let's just ask the AI who should be president. And then after a while, they're like, well, the AI is already doing it. So let's just have a council of wise dickheads that write the prompts for our president AI.
That's what's coming next.
Yeah. And then if you give them up, it's a universal basic income, dude. If you, in one generation, they could completely dismantle everything that we value now. They're already, you know, dude, like we used to have cathedrals. We used to have classical music. We used to have a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And so in one generation, dude, you know, my son's generation, like if I let him, dude, I'm pay attention. If I let him, the culture that he's surrounded with would fucking turn him into an absolute like mindless blob.
It's designed to.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard Sam Hyde say something. I don't know if he got it from somewhere else, but it was music is how you decorate time.
I heard that. That's a really cool. I
was like, damn.
I heard that. I heard like a clip, like a Sam Hyde clip.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is what that is.
Dude, my opinion on that thing that happened on that show is dude, fuck that other guy anyway, dude. Like,
what show?
So Sam got like out of pocket on like the Harlan Williams.
Oh,
show
dude, yeah,
or
when
some shit.
and they and
I guess a bunch of his shit got canceled, man. Like, in my mind, that makes me like him better.
Yeah, I like those guys. You know, the guy I really like is Charles Carroll.
Yeah,
I like Sam Hyde too, but I think all those guys are funny. Like I watched that I watched that whole season. The MDE or whatever they're calling it. world peace or whatever. It was fucking pretty good. There's some of the stuff was a little too like I'm on some square. I don't like sexualized shit these days, but which is colliding with my massive amounts of testosterone. Just a thought for another day. But I still don't. I'm trying to stay clean and off the like porn.
Yeah.
And like now I consider like talk like that. It was like a like game show about like bondage. It was like all dirty talk shit, and I'm like, that's porn to me. Like it's fine for other people. I'm just saying I'm not like on a crusade. People should do what they want, but like
well, because I'm like, where the fuck's it go from here?
Yeah, I just don't
like I know where it goes. That's why I'm like, hey, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want. I just don't want it.
Yeah, it's fucking fit, dude. I would tell young men like, hey, retain your seed, King. Like fucking like find one broad.
If people that aren't Marines have no idea how fucking depraved.
Oh man,
how fucking depraved Marines are, and like me like coming into the Marines with no like religious background or anything, and like like I was like a blank page, what I mean, and all I wanted was to like be like the older Marine. So it was like that's how we behave.
Yeah.
And it's like where they take Pinocchio and fucking what's that place? The
island of fucking Lost Boys, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It was dude, I was in the ship riding over to Kuwait in 04. And dude, like the engineer Gunny is like fucking some female sergeant, bro. They're both fucking married, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like yeah, man. It was
dude on the
it's a whole nother fucking thing going on over there, man.
On the Essex.
It was on the Essex at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first trip out on the Essex, there was in the lounge there was a TV VCR thing, right?
Yeah.
And dudes would it would be late. They wouldn't do it like it was like a rule, like no porn before midnight or something like that. But they put porn VHS tape in that thing.
Yeah.
Dudes would sit. I could never do it. Dudes would sit with their whoopee on their lap, dude, and fucking pound them out, dude. Dude, and it's like that's gay.
That's gay, bro. Yeah. Ain't no beef, man. I mean, some beef, I guess, but
it's like not actually gay, but it's like that's gay behavior.
It's gateway for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's that's a gateway drug to some gay shit.
Yeah, dude. I had this is a tangent, but then we'll quit. We had a radio operator. We in the sniper platoon, you don't always have like a comm MOS guy.
Yeah.
But like we wanted to have a comm guy, and this dude was like fit and wanted to be there, so like we let him take the indoc, and he went to like the regimental. You can go to sniper school, but he was like trained, And this dude, he was a freak though. Like this guy got like tons of pussy, like like could get laid, and was dating for a while my wife's sister, who moved down to. Dude, she moved from Northern California to live with us in base housing just so she could hook up with the Marines. Literally, she's like, I want to come down for the summer and run through your friends, basically. And she was pretty good looking. So that was working out for the boys. But anyways, dude, one time, how you like you keep in the gear locker, your hanging bag where you go to like put your Charlies and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to man the rails, and I needed a piss cutter. I couldn't find mine. I fucking lost it the last port or something. I'm like, dude, who's got a piss cutter that's not manning the rails? And this guy's like, George. He's like, yeah, dude, it's in my hanging bag. And I go in there, dude, and I'm like fishing around for this piss cutter hat, and I pull out this like pink fucking pocket rocket fucking dildo. I'm like, what in the fuck, dude? So I'm like, oh, I come in the berth and I'm like, you got something you want to say? Dude? What's your problem? And he's like, oh, you know how I am, I'm kind of free. I just take it out on Libo in case I get to use it on any chicks. And we bought it. We're like, oh, you're crazy, dude.
All right,
that's crazy. Flash forward to he gets out of the Marines or whatever. And like a couple years later, or something, I'm talking to my wife's sister, and she's like, oh yeah, I heard from George. I'm like, what's that motherfucker doing? She's like, oh, he's in New Orleans. He's like doing like Chippendales dancing type stuff or whatever. I'm like, yeah, what? Weird. And she's like, well, he's like gay. I'm like, what? And she's like, no, like you didn't like. She's like, I've hooked up with guys with him before. I'm like, what, dude? then the dildo thing made it more sense.
I'm like, all right, well, that's what we call a clue.
Why are we talking about this on our show? This is horrible, bro. This is horrible.
After we just said we don't talk about, hey, well, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fucking stranger by the hour, man.
Yeah.
Well, it does remind folks that we've led very unusual lives.
Yeah, I mean, it was usual for the people we were with.
Yeah,
unusual for everybody else.
Yeah. And maybe that's what helped fucking not. Well, that's not true because I know people that live way crazier shit than us and are straight up fucking Muppets.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know why the fuck.
Yeah,
I don't know why the fuck we're sitting here talking about like how the fuck this happened, man.
It
Like
just, you don't know what like I said, we don't know what the overall meta like scenario is. You know what I mean? We're just kind of stuck in this like tactical decision game, and we don't know the rest of the battle space. You know,
Right.
we think the whole war is our little fucking 10-click fucking area. When who knows what the fuck's going on out there?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you after I drink that shit.
Yeah,
in a couple
dude.
days.
Hell yeah. Wish you
All right.
well on that.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Stay low out there.
Get vaccinated.
Yeah, get your boosters.
Hell yeah.
Don't get wrapped up by the okie doke. It's all FGR.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Later.